What's going on, everyone? Trav here with Chaotic Strategies, and today we're going to be going over the new ban list effective September 14th of this year, 2020, and this next update will be no earlier than December 15th of 2020, according to Konami's website. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, that little notification bell, so that way you guys are always notified when I throw up new videos. This ban list is insane, guys. There was earlier summer, I threw out my prediction video, believe going into the June 2020 ban list, and not surprisingly, there are some of those cards in that prediction list that are on the ban list now. If you guys would like to see that video, I will go ahead and pin that down in the description box, so that way you guys can check out my predictions prior. The ban list prior to this one, there was virtually nothing on it besides some Necros that came back. But on that, there was nothing. But also during that time, you know, we were in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. There was really no need for a ban list because everything was online. Now that we have physical gameplay coming back up here towards the end of this season, we're going to start seeing some more ban lists, better ban lists. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the banned portion of our list to start with. So number one on the list, Block Dragon. We all kind of knew Block Dragon was going to get hit, and Emancipators are just stupid powerful, and that's because of Block Dragon. So now we can actually, you know, utilize hand traps a lot better against Emancipators now that Block Dragon is gone. For a lot of our Synchro engine decks, especially like Eldlik, we've got Jet Synchron banned, we have Mecha Fanabeast O-Lion banned, and it looks like that's pretty much it for the ban list. So, of course, like I had talked about in my prediction video, we knew that they weren't going to hit Halki Fibrax, we knew they weren't going to hit Auroradon or Link Cross. Those cards are just too new, and they're making a lot of money off those cards right now, so we banned the cards that effectively makes those cards broken. So Jet Synchron, for instance, and Mecha Fanabeast O-Lion, of course, made Halki Fibrax absolutely broken. Now that those cards are gone, it's going to be a lot easier to get around Halki Fibrax and kind of put a stop to a lot of the faster synchro plays that card creates. So other than that, that's really it for the ban list. Nothing new added. It was just those three cards. Like I said, Jet Synchron, Block Dragon, and O-Lion. Coming into the limited list, we have Double Iris Magician, who was forbidden, is now limited to 1, which is fantastic. Double Iris Magician is a fantastic pendulum card. Its effect is pretty well broken. You can still get around it though, so it kind of makes sense that this was brought back to 1. So I think we're going to start seeing a lot of Magician Pendulum decks and Odd Eyes Pendulum decks start coming back out of the woodwork a little bit. I personally hope so. I love those decks, and I love playing those decks. Phantom Knights got their power up. The Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche was forbidden. He is now limited back to 1. So we'll probably see Phantom Knights are already powerful, but now that they have their Link monster back, they've got a fantastic power boost. One that really hurts me because I play this card all the time, Called by the Grave, limited to 1. That one hurt me personally a lot because I run Called by the Grave just about in every single one of my decks. It's just a fantastic go-to card to stop hand traps. So with this card being limited to 1, I think hand traps are just going to start making a massive comeback. I mean, we already see a lot of hand traps in a lot of decks anyway, but I think now that Called by the Grave is limited to 1, it's going to take off. It's going to be hard to make a lot of plays, decent plays, with the amount of hand traps that I see possibly coming back into the meta. One that really surprised me also was Harpy's Feather Duster. It was forbidden. It's back to 1. So I'm really curious what's going to happen with Feather Duster. I don't know if, you know, Harpies might make a comeback, but Feather Duster you can use in a variety of decks. So I'm really curious on how Feather Duster is really going to affect the gameplay from here on out, at least up until December. Let's see, anything else on Limited? Okay, so that was it on Limited. So quite a few. I mean, Iris Magician, limited to 1. It came off forbidden. Rusty came off, he was forbidden, he's limited to 1. Call by the Grave limited to 1, and Harpy's Feather Duster came off forbidden and is now limited to 1. So going into semi-limited, we have Sir, the Burning Abyss. He was limited, now he's semi-limited. So now you can have 2 of those in your deck. Graph is also now semi-limited. And then ABC Dragon Buster, who was limited, is now semi-limited. And Totally Awesome, who was limited, is now semi-limited again. These cards, I'm really surprised by these cards. I mean, ABC Buster Dragon and Totally Awesome for sure are busted cards. That's just my opinion. I absolutely hate playing against those decks. I mean, they're just nasty decks to try to get around, but now that they've kind of got a little bit more power boosted back up into them, I think we're going to see a lot more of those decks kind of come back and up into the meta. And Burning Abyss, I think we're going to see more Burning Abyss too. I know a lot of people who like to play Burning Abyss, and this just kind of amps up that power scale of those Burning Abyss decks. So, you know, from now until at least December, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of decks kind of start coming back into the game. And then for our pretty much unreleased, we have Markiura the Destructor. That card was forbidden and now it's completely released. You can run 3. Tour Guide from the Underworld was semi-limited. You can run 3 now. Ivigashiki, who was limited, is now unlimited. You run in 3. Pantheism of the Monarchs was limited. Now we can run up to 3. And then Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor was recently semi-limited and then now got released again. I think it was just 2 ban lists ago where they hit it and now they brought it back. So now Sky Strikers are pretty much back into full power again. And you know, I might get scrutinized for this, but that kind of bugs me a little bit. I mean, Sky Strikers have been in the meta and placed very well in the meta for a very long time, and it just seems like Konami just will not let go of Sky Strikers being in the meta. I know there's a lot of Sky Striker players that love the deck, and I understand where you're coming from. I think Sky Strikers is a great deck, but I also think it's time to kind of move on from that and start bringing in other decks. So I'm really surprised that Konami is hanging so hard on maintaining Sky Strikers ranks within the meta. So a lot of these other cards that were just kind of thrown into the unlimited list, again, Monarchs, we'll probably start seeing Monarchs start coming back. Tour Guide from the Underworld, which is probably going to help Burning Abyss and Dark World decks as well, now that that's back up to 3. So really curious. I'm going to watch pretty closely and see how this season unfolds up until at least December. So this ban list takes effect as of September 14th of this year. And like I said at the beginning of the video, there's not going to be another one no earlier than December 15th. So we can, you know, assume that sometime before or around Christmas that we're going to have another ban list pop up to start us off with the 2021 dual season. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm really surprised. I mean, nothing really changed all that much, but it's enough to kind of turn the game upside down a little bit. So I'm excited to see kind of what happens with the upcoming decks. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, comment, let me know what you guys think of the ban list, and let me know what decks you think might be coming up and into the new meta coming into this dual season. I hope you guys are being safe out there. Be sure to wash those hands, and we'll catch you in the next video.